What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Just a Norm. As you know, I have my Just a Norm channel, but this is my new channel, Just the Art. So on this channel, I'm focusing on Adobe Illustrator and being able to create more and share tips and tricks that I learned along the way to help you create to the endless possibilities of your imagination. All right, let's get right into it. On this video, I will show you how to create a new layer and show you how to lock the layers. Layers are very helpful when you're trying to create artwork. So let's get into it. First things first, when you create a new project in Adobe Illustrator, it automatically creates one layer already. So layer one is already there. For the sake of this tutorial, I'm gonna draw Loki. This is not gonna be like an extreme drawing tutorial, but this will just be something quick. I'm gonna do it real quick so that way we can mark this video and I can show you exactly what to do with these layers. And you might hear my air conditioner just came in. All right. First of all, I'm gonna go to place and I'm gonna find my picture, which is right here. All right, and I'm gonna put it right there. It's real nice and large. And I'm only gonna focus on, all right, so I posted my picture, and if you hold down Alt and Shift, then you can take this picture and you can drag it out to make it large, but while maintaining the ratio, because you don't want it to stretch or anything like that. And I'm gonna put it basically like right, yeah, I'm gonna make it bigger. If you need to zoom out, just press Control Shift, or press Control minus key, and it'll allow you to zoom out. Then I'm gonna press my Alt and Shift again, hold it down, drag this out a little bit more. I want this pretty much to be the whole face to fill this picture. And I am using 18 by 18 as the size. So I'm gonna go even a little larger. All right, that's probably good right there. Okay, so once I have that, now if I wanted to, I could crop the rest of this out, but I'm not worried about all that right now. I'm gonna reduce the opacity. Now what I like to do is I like to embed the picture. So I'm gonna embed the picture. First things first, here is the layers right over here. So how do we do the lock? Basically, you just click on it. So right here is your eye. The eye lets you see the visibility. And then right here is a toggles lock. So when you click that, this layer is locked. I can't write on it. I can't move it. I can't do anything with it. It's very important that you keep your layers locked when you're not working on them, because this happens to me quite a bit, where I'll have something that I'm working on, and the next thing you know, what I just did ends up on the wrong layer. So if there's a case that happens, I'm going to show you exactly what to do to fix that. All right, so I've locked this layer. I'm going to create a new layer. If you want to create a new layer, you can go right down here to the plus sign at the bottom and create new layer. Here's another option that you can do. If you want to pull up the layer options, you can hold down the Alt button on your keyboard and click the plus sign, and then the layers options will come up, and then I can label it. Now most of the times I don't really label my layers, but let's just say I want to label this, and I'm going to call this base color. Okay. And to make it easier to see, I can change the color. I'm going to make this orange. I can create this as a template. I can lock the layer. I can dim the images. Okay, you want it to be shown, you want it to be previewed, so that's all good. I'm not worried about all that. So now I got two layers. Once again, I'm gonna lock this layer right here. And then I have this layer here. So, and I can name it if I want to. If you want to name the layer, you can just double click on it and type in what you want to do. So I'm going to get in, I'm going to start drawing this. Now I've already created a brush. Because I've been using a Vike A50 art tablet. So once again, this is not going to be a perfect tutorial. I'm not trying to do anything real fancy with this. I'm just trying to show you what I would do, okay, all right, just keeping it real simple. I don't like that though. Let's do it like this, keeping it real simple. Okay. All right, that's good enough for now. Normally I would go back and I would make this more perfect, but not for this tutorial. All right. Okay. Now, I'm on that layer. Make sure I'm on the right color too as well, because sometimes it seems like this might not be. Yeah, okay, it is black, okay. And I might want to, say for instance, I didn't like that. Maybe I wanted to adjust this picture again and drop the opacity some more. So now I can go to the unlock button, which is right here. Toggles locks, I click, uncheck it, and now I can work on this. Now notice I locked the second layer because I don't want to make any changes to that layer. So here I am, I'm right here. I can go ahead and click just one time, and now it's there, and now I can drop the opacity some more, or opacity some more if you want to call it that, whichever way you want to call it. And then I can lock it back. So, and then I'm going to go back to my second layer, and I'm just going to draw real quick the nose. You can zoom all the way in if you need to. Okay. Like that. That. If you need to perfect your lines, you can go up here, double click on the brush tool and set the fidelity to make it a little bit more smoother, which will give you cleaner lines. Press V on the keyboard to select and delete. Now you don't have to highlight it like I just did. You can just press it once. Control and plus sign allows you to zoom in. All right, and I'm gonna drop it. If you press the bracket tool, which you can't see on here because I don't have it on this keyboard that you're looking at, but the bracket tool is right next to the letter P. If you press that, that'll actually allow you to make your brush smaller or bigger. So that's a helpful tip. So yeah. All right. And I can fix this. Press A on the keyboard and get the direct tool, select your direct selection, and then I can kind of adjust these a little bit if I need to. Like this part needs to come in some more. Might want to fan that out a little bit more. This needs to come out a little bit more. This needs to come over a little bit more. All right. It's a habit to want to perfect this, but anyway. All right, this is just for the sake of tutorial. All right, so I can look at it, and if I want to just look at that layer, I can uncheck the other layers, and then I can just look at that one. Of course, I don't need to uncheck this one, but I can uncheck the bottom one. So now I can say, okay, cool, that looks good, good enough for now. All right, and next I'm going to draw the mouth. All right. So I look at that. Looks cool. Need to finish the bottom chin. And I'm putting all of this line work on one layer. But what happens if you mess around and put it on 2 layers? There's a way to fix that. Sometimes it's hard to draw on this tablet, and the reason why is because when I get to the edge, and for the sake of this, I'm just going to I'm not worried about the hair or anything right now. I'm just gonna do it like that. All right. Maybe I might put a little hair on there. So if I wanted to add hair, I mean, there's several ways you can do this, but if you pressed Shift and X, it'll switch it over to where you have the fill tool on top, and then the stroke will be locked. And then if you want to press the N on the keyboard, which of course you can't see on my little small keyboard on the screen, but you can see this one, it'll switch it over to the pencil tool, and then I can go ahead and, you know, act like I'm gonna do something. Press B again. So Alright, and then so this definitely comes in handy when you're trying to do this stuff. Right here. Okay, I'm trying to make it perfect, but just trying to give the idea. Loki lost some of his hair now, so. But anyway, all right. So, of course, I'm gonna save it. I'm just gonna say Loki for now. And make sure you save your work. Definitely save your work. Press Control S to save. All right. I'm not even gonna worry about coloring the eyes or anything like that. I got my lips. I think my line work is fine. Everything looks like it's closed in. If it's not, then I'm gonna have some problems later on, but that's okay, because this is just a simple tutorial. Here I am, I'm gonna lock this layer once again. All right, I'm gonna lock that layer, and then I've got this layer up here. And normally what I would do is I would take this layer and I would duplicate it. And I could do that well, I am gonna do that. So let's duplicate it. I'll delete this layer. I think if you press Alt and then delete, that works. But you could just press delete as well. You can just go down and press delete. It's supposed to give you some other options. I haven't worked with that one as much. But anyway, but here we go. Layer 2 is there. Then I feel like I'm done with that. So the first thing I need to do is I need to highlight everything. Just drag, drop, basically. And go up to Object, Expand, Appearance. I like to do Expand Appearance twice because sometimes some of the line work may not show up right. Especially if you're doing like jewelry or any other thing that like symbols or objects. Go over and click the merge, and then once you click merge, you're good to go for that. And then you're gonna take this, hold down your mouse button, and drag the layer 2 down to the plus sign, and then you can add it. Now another thing you could have did is you could have right clicked on it. I think it allows you to right click, maybe not. Right click, yeah, there it is. Okay, I'm sorry. So you click on it and then you go to the right. There's like three lines there, and you could have pressed duplicate layer 2, and that would have did the same thing, basically just copying it. Yeah, so there's a whole bunch of different options on there, and we won't get into everything this video. But if you need more information about layers, we definitely can get into more context later on. So layer 2, I have it here. I can lock this top layer, and then I'm going to work with this middle layer, which is going to be my color layer. And just for the sake of now, I'm just going to choose kind of a color that's somewhat more like around here. About right here. Start. Yeah, I'm gonna start there. Of course, you can always play with colors later on. So here I am, I got this. Gonna go up to my rectangle tool, and then I can highlight over it. Basically drag your mouse button over it, press right, and then on the right, you're gonna go down to arrange, send to back. And you know that you've got it correct. If you see your line work show up on top of the color, then you've done it right. All right, so now that I have my color, I can go back to mouse, and I can go click the V tool. You can also press V on the keyboard as well, so that does the same thing. I'm gonna highlight it or drag my mouse over it, and I'm gonna merge that. And now what that does is it makes all of this one whole part. Now I can isolate color and tips. I can isolate. Ooh, I cannot talk tonight. Hey, I'm not doing a lot of editing on this, so I can isolate the coloring, basically. Ooh, you can tell it's late at night. But anyway, here we go. So click on this, and I can left click, and then right click, isolate selected group. And if I did my line work right, and I always cross my fingers like, ooh, I hope I did this correct. When I delete it, only thing I should have left is the head. So all my line work is closed in, looks great. So now what I can do is I can, go in, and if I need to change anything, maybe I want his eyes to be a different color. Maybe I don't want them to be white. So anyway, if you click on one thing, like I can click there, and if you hold down Shift, that'll allow you to click multiple objects or multiple spaces. And then I'm gonna go up here and I'll make his eyes white. All right, and that's cool. Then I can make his lips, change his lips. I'm gonna press Control plus so I can zoom in a little bit. Let's find a darker shade for this one. Let's do like right there, and let's make this like right And you're probably saying to me like, Loki's lips are not that dark. Right now, I'm not even trying to look at the picture. So if you know, keep in mind that if you're trying to do this seriously, make sure that you look at the picture. But for now, I'm not trying to do all of that. I'm just trying to show you. All right, I'll try that. That's fine. And now it's cool. You know, I say, oh, I'm done with that. So here's the trick. Press escape. Got this layer and I've got it locked. All right, I'm gonna do a mistake that I don't really mean to do, but this is something that may happen, and it might happen to you and you don't know what to do with it. And there's a few options that you can have. So here we are. I'm gonna create a new layer, but I'm gonna make the mistake of not drawing on this layer. I'm gonna draw on this layer, and you're gonna see how I'm gonna fix this. So I got my pen tool. I'm gonna go to pencil, press N again, and I'm gonna act like I'm gonna do some shading on this. So let me choose this color, and then I'm gonna go. Let's go like a little darker, like right here. Okay. All right. So, and let's say I'm gonna go ahead and draw this face in. So do this. So now, okay, I done drew something. Maybe I want to draw a little more. Go up here, and I can do like I got something right here. Knowing I don't. This side. All right, let's say I'm stopping there, and you're probably like, what are you making? Okay, this is not exactly what he looks like, just for tutorial sake. But I've done all this shading, but what was the problem that I did? I actually messed up, and I put all of this on the wrong layer. I meant to put it on this layer, but I put it on my main layer. So how can I fix this? Well, first thing that you can do is you can go to your right, and there's a little arrow. Click on the arrow on the layer that you want to do some editing to, which is layer 2. And then I can say, okay, oh, you know what? Well, the only thing that should be on here is this group right here. So I know that this path shouldn't be on there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click on that. I'm gonna press Control, hold it down. I'm gonna click that one. I'm gonna click all of these. Now, both layers are still open. 2 is open, 4 is still open, so it's unlocked. If I just take this, highlight them all, drag it, and move it to layer 4. Now, I can lock layer 2, and look, when I uncheck the view on layer 4, you can tell that it's on layer 4 now, and I can actually see it there. So this is a cool tip to do if for some reason you end up making a mistake. Now, if you go way too far, like you've done the whole project and you realize everything's on the wrong layer, then yeah, you might have to backtrack and figure out where you made the mistake at. Another option that I could have done, I'm gonna press Control Z. Press again. press it a few times. Okay, so now you notice everything is back on layer 2. Now another thing that I can do is I can take this layer, all right, I can take this layer and for instance, maybe I want to, actually, I'm sorry, let's do this. So I could take this layer and I can do the same thing that I did before, but I also could do like a merge layer. Now this works perfectly if you have, like for instance, if I did my line work and I wanted it all on one layer, but for some reason I created another layer and I happen to do some line work on the other layer, I can all like just merge one layer into each other. So this is how it would work. Now, of course, layer 4 has nothing on it, but say it did. So I can click layer 2, press Control, click layer 4, and then you go up here to those 3 lines again, you can do merge selected. All right. And if you do merge selected, what it does, it puts it all into one layer. Okay. So everything is in that layer now. Now, maybe that still was a mistake, but you know, now at least I have it all on one layer. So, you know, now if I create a new layer, I can start over and do whatever I need to do. But that is not what I wanted to do. So go back, and then I can do this again like I showed you the first time. Just highlight these and drag them over to 4. And now 4 is there. 2 is locked, and then I can work on 4. If I wanted to duplicate 4, I can drag it down, click on 3 lines, do merge, or do duplicate layer 4. I can change the options. When you double click on the layer, of course the options come up, and then if you want to click on certain ones, if you want to lock certain components of that layer, you can do that. So there's a lot of things that you can do on Illustrator, but the main reason why we use the layers is because you want to be able to build on this thing. I know some artwork that I do, I might use 40 layers, but imagine if I had to do all of that on one layer. Well, the problem that you run into is that you risk changing the colors. Like if I wanted to change the colors on this, imagine that these are one layer and I'm trying to change the color on this. Well, guess what? If I highlight the whole thing, I end up changing the whole entire picture, and that is not what I want to do. So I have to individually go here and click here and press shift, click here, press shift, click here, and I have to do all of that, and that's just crazy. That's too much work. So you want to think you want to think smart when you're doing this thing. It can already take enough time, a long time, just to get the artwork finished, especially when you're trying to put more details into it. You know, certain cats, Chi World, I Am Illustrator, those are some of the people that I always talk about. And I've come across many other artists that are phenomenal, and I'm learning daily from, you know, these cats. I'm watching videos every single day, trying to pick up stuff. And it's mainly because I love artwork. I used to do art a long time ago. Music is my main focus now. So if you haven't checked out my Just Norm channel, go check it out. But I really love this art thing, and so I'm passionate about it. I had to get into it. You all, look, this is it. This is a tutorial. Hopefully this is beneficial to somebody. Hopefully it helps somebody out. If you like content like this, definitely subscribe to the channel. I'm a newbie. I'm still growing. I'm still figuring things out. I'm still making mistakes, but that's what I'm here for. I'm here to make mistakes, so hopefully I can guide you so you don't have to make the same mistakes I made. My intentions for this channel is to help you create to the endless possibilities of your imagination. This is Just a Norm. Love you all. Peace.